inspiring words, and not really, but I always say do it because you love to do it, but more importantly, be lucky. You have to be so, I'm so lucky. I'm not here because I was the perfect person for the job. I was very lucky with who I met and where I stood on a certain day and what I eventually spoke in the auditions and so forth. So, if I wasn't so lucky, where would I be? I have no idea. I like to think something creative. I've never really been much of an academic mastermind, so I can't see me working in an office job too successfully. So I'll probably be doing something with my hands, like, I don't know, landscape gardening or something outside. I'd like to work outdoors for sure. And I'd love to get the opportunity to work in America, so who knows, I could have already been here as a full citizen by now. Thank you, lovely.
Hi, you probably don't recognize me. I was dressed as an avatar, but I was wondering...
Hey, what's going on? This is my lovely friend. We met her on the first day, and she very kindly answered some questions for me about conventioning, which is cool.
I was wondering how your relationship with your friends has changed now that you're famous.
Yeah, it's very interesting actually. I consider myself exceptionally lucky in this field as well, because I was 12, I think it was, or 13 when I agreed to do the first Harry Potter film. And by that time I'd had a year in my secondary school, kind of a chance to establish a handful of friends. And those five or six friends, or maybe a dozen or so, are still my very best friends to the day. And they actually cared very little for Harry Potter and what I did for a living. And they care even less now. So it's really nice because I have little interest in what they do every day. They have little interest in what I do. We just meet up and have a beer and watch the cricket at the end of the day. So I kind of think that the basis of any good relationship. Which is it's nice. As much as I love the industry in which I'm in, it's not everything to me. Family and friends are far more important. So I'm very blessed to have friends who don't care, really. Which is cool. Thank you, lovely.
Hi.
Hey. You're very sweet voice.
What inspires you to write your lyrics and stuff? And do you think you could sing all of
That's what you mean, no. It's a very sweet offer of you, and as much as I love to bleed your ears for hours with my tunes, I shall resist for now. As far as what inspires me, I don't know, everything and anything. Very generic, boring answers, I'm afraid. Life in general, from give you the smallest thing. We were in a restaurant not so long ago in Spain, and there was I'll never forget, there was a young girl in a long white dress, and she was sitting on the dock eating an iced latte, I think. This was about 9 o'clock at night, and she sat there for about an hour and a half just looking into the ocean, into the horizon, and it was very inspiring. I watched her and thought this is a great start for a song straight away. So it can be very meaningless things that turn into something overnight. So yeah, it's nothing specific, generally just life. Thank you, lovely.
Hi, Tom.
Hey.
My question is, in the Deathly Hallows Part 2, in the 19 years later scene, how did you like that scene?
Sorry, I couldn't hear which scene was it, lovely?
The 19 years later scene?
Ah, yes. Most unfair, I thought. Most unfair. So we worked out roughly to be 34 or something along those lines. Looks about 100 in the face. Supposed to be Jason Isaac's son. I look like his granddad. It was a little bit embarrassing, but also actually great fun. I think the boys were slightly more up for the Asian part than the girls, so we kind of got the heavy end of the stick with that one. It was cool. It took them about 6 months to prepare for that. They got pictures of my dad and my granddad to see which direction I was going in. Very depressing. And they stick various things to your face, from my cat, obviously with my hairline, obviously a big wig, goatee, some jowls, I think they call them, to like puff up your cheeks, crow's feet in your eyes to give you sort of wrinkles. It was a sort of 4-hour process for 3 mornings. But it was good fun. Needless to say, the best part of the day was getting in front of that mirror at the end of it and taking it off. That's good. It was nice to literally watch 20 years, or more like 50 years, peel off your face in a few minutes. So that was good fun.
Thank you.
Thank you, lovely.
Good morning, Tom.
Good morning.
Did you have fun last night?
It did. I'm a massive fan of your hat. I know I told you yesterday.
Yeah, it's from Firefly, from another show you shot.
Yeah, man. Over the weekend, and that one's right up there for sure.
They're very popular. My question is, obviously you've seen a lot of really fun costumes around the con.
For sure.
If you ever showed up in costume, what would you wear? Would you be like something random, or would you bring one of Draco's outfits or something?
I've had a lot of fun this weekend because I'm doing a little bit of documentation where I've been walking around with my camera, taking pictures and taking a bit of video as well, just to kind of show my friends who care very little about what I do for a living what convention life is all about, because they have absolutely no idea and they're quite intrigued. I've been lucky enough to bump into a few people and ask them questions and so forth, and I really thought I actually requested a mask upon getting it. I thought it would be a good idea to walk around incognito with a mask on. I really have, they got me a Death Eater's mask. That says everything. I can't do that. So I actually just walked around as myself, and it was marvelous getting people's reactions and so forth. I think it was very unexpected to see me walking around shoving a camera in people's faces. That was my outfit for the weekend, and I had a very sweet girl. This girl dressed in a Freddy Krueger outfit. She's one of the first women, first young girls that we found to ask some questions. And we asked her a question for about 5 minutes, and she didn't say anything. And just at the very end, she said, "You know, you look just like that Harry Potter guy." I was like, "Really?" I was like, "Oh, that's been fascinating. I'm here as a impersonator, actually." You had the accent and everything. And someone very sweetly whispered in her ear, "That's the guy." And she was like, "You shut up." And we got a hold on camera. It was marvelous. She was a very sweet girl. So yeah. Back to the question. Sorry, I go off on a ridiculous amount of tangents. I'm not sure. Something cool. I saw someone dressed in a Voldemort costume. That was pretty fun, but a little bit time-consuming, possibly, to wipe up your face every morning, and shaking the nose off must have been a nightmare. So yeah, we'll see. If you see a big, huge, pink anime cat walking around this afternoon, you know who it is.